Broward is a sad occasion that ultimately brought us here. It is an honor to highlight a lifetime spent devoted to veterans. Mr. William Bill Kling was a tireless advocate for those who wore the uniform of the United States military. And his leadership, his vision, and his dedication will be missed by veterans of Broward County and throughout South Florida. On behalf of the Miami VA healthcare system and the veterans we serve, I want to extend a thank you to Mr. Kling's family for sharing him with us for so long, and our condolences for your loss. At this time, I'd like to introduce Broward County Sheriff Al Lamberti.
Thank you, Paul. You know, I had the honor and privilege to speak at Bill's funeral, and that was such a privilege for me since I knew him for so many years. You know, for Bill, it was, you know, service above self. It was about public service, not self-service. And most people know he served his country, but he also served his community. He retired from the Broward Sheriff's Office. A lot of people don't know that. And he was so proud of that service that one time I gave him the same pin that Steve's wearing, and everywhere I went, Bill was wearing that pin. And he was so proud of his time at the Broward Sheriff's Office, just like he was proud of being a Navy veteran. And we are going to miss him. Somebody said at the funeral, and I'll repeat it, you know, we talk about people being irreplaceable, and sometimes we use that term loosely, but in this case, it's true. Bill is irreplaceable, and we're all going to miss him. Clerk Howard Foreman.
You know, some people think Bill was irreplaceable. Well, nobody's irreplaceable. It'll just take about 10 people, you know, smart people, you know, to replace all the work that Bill did. Whether it's Veterans Affairs, whether it's Democratic politics, whether it's senior citizens, whether it's the city of Plantation, you can just go on and on and on. I met Bill around 30 years ago when I first started getting into politics. I was elected to office. He was one of the first people that supported me. And I was very proud to have his support because Bill cared about people more than himself. You know, totally. Bill never cared about being rich. He just wanted to uplift the people that needed uplifting. When I was serving in the state senate at the time, Congresswoman Schultz was a member of the State House of Representatives. We finally got a veterans nursing home for Broward County. It's at Pembroke Pines Performance Center. And I said, you know, Bill, I think he works twice as hard as all of us did. And he did. I couldn't have done it without him. Absolutely couldn't. You know, with his lobbying, he flew to Tallahassee, he lobbied the cabinet, the Department of Veterans Affairs, and it was finally done. And once Bill got involved in the project, we all expected it done. We'll miss him greatly. I just saw him about 3 days before he passed away. And he didn't look good, but everybody prayed. But we'll all remember Bill for his great work that he done. That's probably the highest honor anybody could judge a person. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. It's great to be here with his colleague and friend, Congressman Wasserman Schultz. It's an honor for me to be here with her, and Sheila Kavnitsky, cousins are here. Appreciate your being here. And Lily Kling Milberg, I saw in the back, and the reason that it's welcome. The reason that it's such an honor to be here with all of you is very much the reason that we're here. There are few people that you run across in your lifetime who are so selfless, who are so committed to others, and who work as hard every single day on behalf of the people and the cause that they believe in. There are just few people like that, and Bill Kling was one of the very few. The opportunity that we had to work with him, the opportunity that we had to watch him do his work, the tireless efforts, the advocacy that led to the creation of the Veterans Nursing Home and the cemetery, the Veterans Cemetery up in Boynton Beach, and this clinic, those are the sorts of actions that we honor here today. And I'm proud to stand here with Congressman Wasserman Schultz on the day that we introduce to take the steps necessary to introduce legislation to name this clinic after Bill. I will tell you, Stephen, I had some comments that I prepared, but I got here and had a chance to talk to some of the veterans, and a couple of them pulled me aside and said, "What's going on here? Why are all these people here?" And it was an opportunity for me in that moment to share a few thoughts about your dad, and because of what we're all going to be doing, and with the naming of this facility after him, and hopefully, as we discussed, the opportunity for people to see some of his awards and commendations here at the center. There will be veterans, not just today, but for generations to come, who will gain the same appreciation that we all have for your father. So I appreciate very much the chance to be here. Thank you for being here with us, and to the family. It's true, there is no way to replace someone like Bill, but we can honor his memory by making sure that everyone appreciates just how special we knew him to be. So thank you very much.
Honored to be joined by Congressman Ted Deutch, by the Sheriff of Broward County, Al Lamberti, and most of all, Stephen Kling, Bill's son, and all the family members that are here, to honor and hold up the significance and importance and compassion of the service of Bill Kling. And that's what this morning is all about, and what Ted and I will do later today when we fly back to the Capitol to honor Bill's memory. We're here to remember the life of a dedicated member of our South Florida veterans community, William Bill Kling, who passed away on August 6th, as we all know, at the age of 84. I have to tell you, to me, Bill Kling was timeless. He was someone that you just knew, no matter what activity, whether it was veterans advocacy or involvement in the Democratic Party, anything Bill touched turned to gold, and you could always count on him to be there. If there was going to be no crowd at all, I could look around and count on the fact that Bill would be there for us. And that's what's going to be so, that is part of what's so sad. There's a hole that's going to be missing. Renaming the Broward County VA Outpatient Clinic is such a fitting way to memorialize and thank Bill Kling. With the passage of this legislation, every veteran who walks through the doors of the Broward County VA Clinic will know the name of the man who did so much for so many. So thank you so much for being here, and we all appreciate your service. They're looking across this crowd. There's so many different activities and events that the people here spent time with Bill, working with him side by side every day. And I know for both myself, for Congressman Deutch, for Sheriff Lamberti, and for our Clerk of Courts, Howard Foreman, it is a privilege to represent this community, whether we're representing our community here locally or in Washington. And now it's my privilege to turn the podium over to Bill Kling's son, Stephen Kling. Thank you.
This is a really big honor. Thank you very much. And I got a little bit of a prop, my contribution to the hospital. On August 6, 2012, I had a great loss. Bill Kling, my father, passed away. The veterans of Florida, as well as the nation, also had a great loss. They lost a voice, a dedicated advocate for veterans' rights, as well as a friend. As the weeks went on after his death, I learned so much about the man who's a true hero to so many. I've learned that you don't always need money and power to move this world. What you need is perseverance and passion and what you believe in. Heroes don't always come on horses and in fancy uniforms. Sometimes they pull up in little Hondas and Toyotas, wearing jeans and sneakers. Nothing more than a positive attitude, determined to make this nation a better place, especially for our veterans who sacrificed and will continue to sacrifice so much for our freedoms. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And these were words that inspired my father, and he carried them with him wherever he went. Today, thanks to Congressman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Congressman Ted Deutch, my father's hard work and legacy will most certainly live on. Changing the name of this clinic to honor my father is quite an honor that I will never be able to put into words, and I can't thank them enough. I will share this great moment with his great-grandchildren as I bring them down here and give them the sightseeing tours of Florida. This building is not very tall, but with his name on this building, it will now reach high into the heavens like an eternal light, so that you'll be able to see his legacy live on. There is so much more work to do for the veterans. I hope whomever tries to fill my dad's shoes knows what he's up against and the high standards they must meet. They can always look to this clinic and they'll hope for inspiration. I know I will. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. for joining us. Plaque after the President signs the bill that we will file later today into law, and we can make sure we officially name the Broward County VA Clinic after our good and dear friend Bill Kling. Thank you all so much.